So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. Crazycatlady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for and entertainment purpose.
Hi everyone, Martha here, or should I say, let's bet they always go kaboom! I'm to move through the video! That's my best I can do for, Marvin, the Martian. So, if it's not perfect, I'm sorry. So I'm doing 2 Marvin the Martian's, shorts today. One is the Hasty Hare, which is the first one to introduce Marvin's dog, and also the Dodgers and the 21st and a half century. So let's get started with the Haste, which is the second one that Marvin appeared in. So, okay, so he goes and tries to basically take every animal off the planet. I guess starting with rabbits. Just the only animal he bumps into is Bugs. And Bugs is scared, so he goes with them, but he does his usual stick and tricks Marvin by making him go back on the ship and leave without him. But then he goes back and puts him in like a straitjacket, and then Bugs teases his dog. I want to find what's his. Okay, first off, I need to find out what is Marvin's dog's name. I think it's K9. Yes, it's this K9. So yeah, that's the dog's name. So, and he puts a straitjacket on both of them, and he tries to drive back, but he's not. He doesn't know how to drive a spaceship because he never drove one before. And what does he do? He brings Jupiter and Saturn with him because he gets the moon. And I guess we're pretty much dead because if somebody brought something as big as Jupiter or Saturn, we're dead because we're dead with Jupiter because Jupiter is bigger than us. Jupiter would kill us if Jupiter came to us. We should be dead. Jupiter should not have made it to the Earth and have us still be standing, if you think about it. But yeah. And I'm pretty sure it's Jupiter. It's not red. Because we saw Saturn, so yeah. So Saturn would be first. And Saturn is the one with the wings that you can actually see, because Neptune and Uranus do have rings, you just can't see them with a naked eye. So yeah, if you go do astronomy, you would know that. People would know that, or you just look it up. So yeah. So that's how that one ends. Oh yeah, and he takes it to like one of the person look at the stars and offers him like Marvin's spaceship, and he just goes crazy. So yeah, and that's how it ends. And so what talks about who? Hold on, what the? Okay, so who? Let's see who directed it and stuff like that. You got Chuck Jones, Mel Blanc is pretty much everybody. Sal on W Lee did the music. Remember, I won't have all the animators on here. Michael Hassan, storied, produced by editor Edward Stortland, animated by Kent Harrison, Lloyd Valson, Ben Wasson, and layout by Robert Gilbin, and backgrounds by Philip Digard. Okay, so that's, yeah, and this one's called the Hasty Hare. So yeah, this one came out in 1952, June 7th. So yeah. Alright, let's go and do the Duck Dodgers in the 25th and a half century. Okay. So this one, Daffy is basically doing Star Trek right around the same time Star Trek was aired. Or he's doing a bad version of it. I don't know what he's really imitating here, but he's I don't know, he's not got to figure out what the hell Daffy is imitating. So, because he's obviously doing some type of thing that he's like ripping off. Okay, so he was imitating Buck Rogers, which is a comic. So yeah, that's what I want to add to this video. Sorry. So it's ripping off Buck Rogers, so much so. George Lucas wanted them to play this short in front of Star Wars. Probably it did eventually, and so much so you can hear it in the background of the Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I guess Steven Spielberg loved this short, so wanted to add that to this as a little bit of history. So much so Mark Campbell said so. So good if the Joker says so. Who's ignore him, or Luke Skywalker. There you go. So he's going to Planet X and to claim it for Planet Earth. Marvin also gets there and says, "I claim this planet, the planet Mars. Oh, isn't that lovely?" And so both Daffy and Marvin go to war on who claims this planet. Oh yeah, and they go to that planet because Daffy tries to direct it to Porky, and basically draws something that you would get probably from a football thing, grammar. But Porky just says, "Baby, can we just follow the planets outside?" Because the planets outside have old letters on them, so eventually, if you follow them, eventually these other planets will lead you to Planet X. So yeah. So I guess they're really out in the on the boomies, because man, we don't have that. I don't know how many. I think we have 4 dwarf planets that we have discovered so far, counting Pluto. So yeah, because the reason why we have only 8 planets now, because we discovered 3 other planets are the same size as Pluto, and that made Pluto a dwarf planet. Sorry, my dog knocked down my movies, so I had to pick those up after this. Maybe my dog knocked down my movies because I said Pluto was no longer a planet. So if we kept Pluto a planet, we would have had actually 3 new planets to add to. Okay, that's why. So unless there's more dwarf planets that we haven't discovered, that nobody's seen with the telescope. So yeah, we would not have that many dwarf. So as far as we know, we don't have that many dwarf planets, but this is a cartoon. So, and they go to war and they keep on like shooting messages at each other. And Daffy ends having like a bunch of have like ash on that incinerates him, and he thinks he has a vest that prevents him from being incinerated. But the only thing that he gets incinerated, but the vest stays into place. And Porky unincinerates him. Like, that makes sense. And so he keeps on getting hurt. He sends him a letter that says "ow." So then Daffy gets a big enough bomb that actually blows up the whole entire planet for one little bit. And then he says, like, "This planet's not big enough for the boats," and he actually pushes him off, and he says, "I declare this planet in the 25th and a half century." And Porky says, "The big deal." And that's how that short ends. So that one's actually pretty funny. You tell him, Porky. And I think this one has basically all the same exact people who animated it. This one came out actually a year later, July, because this is technically the third one. There's not that many of the old. I think there's only like not very many of the classic shorts with Marvin, because Marvin I think either got only 6 or 5 of the classic shorts until late in the game he came into the game. So yeah. So yep, and this I think I said July 25th, 1953, yeah. So that's basically it. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. And BB, that's all, folks. Bye-bye.